ILoveMakonnen, who was not expecting to be talking about today, gave his newest album, My Parade, a listen. And you know, uh, I don't really know much about this person. You were explaining to me before we started some of the places I may know him from, but in listening to him, all I kind of got was this like Post Malone esque type performer who's just kind of going for like the melodic like
Mhm.
sound, maybe get some like raps in there, but nothing that really like struck me as super intriguing. Uh, Tell me why you want to talk about this album and what you thought about My Parade.
Yeah, so we really haven't talked about McConan since starting the podcast. That's years into the game. That's because he really hasn't done a whole lot recently. He's more or less been MIA, been independent, under the radar, dropping EPs here and there. And the only time he really popped up was on that posthumous Little Peep song, uh, Falling Down, which he was on the original version. They put it out again with XXX Tentacion,
Mhm.
but McConan was a friend of Little Peeps and had worked with him, and apparently they had about an album's worth of material recorded. We've only heard that one song to this point, but that's the last time I feel like he really popped up. But I mean, if people remember, McConan had a big hit several years ago now with Tuesday Club Going Up on Tuesday, which infamously remixed by Drake, leading to McConan signing to OVO, and McConan being one of those probably the most high profile example of someone that Drake hopped on their song and kind of chewed up and spit out an artist once Drake was kind of done with them,
Yeah.
and McConan fell out with OVO and has largely been underground since then. But he is pretty well regarded across hip hop for like people that like know his music. And I think that's just because it's not that like he has like a dynamite album. And I would say even with My Parade, it's not like I love the record, but he's just someone who has these moments because he does all kinds of weird shit. And the thing is, he's been doing the weird shit before Playboy Cardi started doing it. And I feel like he's kind of like Key is another guy like this who dabbles in this melodic stuff over trap beats and has been all over the place the past few years and is a big influence on people you see doing this in a more mainstream way on major labels. So I just really wanted to mention McConan for that, because I feel like he doesn't get his just desserts as much as he should. There's a great Fader profile from a few years ago by Paul Thompson about him, where like, he's talking to people uh, that know McConan from back in the day and stuff. And so yeah, he's an interesting figure, and I would love him to be more active. Really.
Yeah, and I might have given it might have been too harsh my first uh like kind of breakdown or my first opinion of him because I do think there's some moments on this that are pretty interesting. Um, you know, in listening to it, I think there's a moment in the beginning that I thought felt like it had a lot of potential. If it's cool, I felt like was a like toned down, almost like blood orange esque type like slow jam sound, which I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
sure.
this is pretty interesting that he's like trying something like this. I thought like Whoopsie and So Saucy were just like
Yeah.
they're very just like going for pop radio like
Mhm.
I don't know attention type hits. I don't
So
know.
saucy, I'm spilling ragu. How can you not love that?
But yeah, those felt just like what's the formula? Let's put something catchy out there, see if it sticks. But and then the title track I thought was okay, but
Mhm.
not a lot else really stood out to me on this. Did you like More Bitches Than the Mayor, Dave?
I did. I did.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing too. Is like he's always had funny quotables. What's it? Whip It Harder is a reference to one of his, again, like random drops on like a mixtape from like 5 years ago. Whip It, the Whip It remix with McConan and Migos as well as Rich the Kid. Like that song rules, and that's like probably the last vestige of like a classic Migos uh, performance from Quavo before they Migos really blew up. And like he's always had like these like, songs that just kind of pop up out of nowhere and stuff. And I'm like, that's the thing. Like on My Parade, Do I like really anything on this as much as I like the canon of Makonnen, which you have to really be on up on Makonnen to know about? Probably not, but I'm just happy to see him putting something out. And yeah, totally independent and dropping this on a Tuesday. You probably didn't see this on your release radar playlist. He's not getting programmed or anything, but uh, I think that people should just use this as a chance to like go back in and listen to those hits. Like I don't sell Molly no more, still fucking goes. Too much is great. Like McConaughey's got some bangers, and I want to hear more. So keep it going, man.
We'll probably throw a track on to our nostalgia best of 2021.
Whoopsie.